The high school seniors, graduates, they're not seniors anymore, they're done. Let's see, Mackenzie, Madison, Autumn, Emma, Alina, Austin, Austin Baker, Christina, Aiden, Justin, Jacob, great group, and I'm sorry if I missed anybody. I don't know, probably I did. David, let's see. Okay, so you're in Florida, driving to Key West today with Pastor Pete and Jeremy and Pastor Paul and Kimmy. What a great team, the dream team. Amazing. John 10. Last night we had a very good service about the grace of God, the Spirit of God, the grace of God, God always loving us, always caring about us, always loving us, knowing our hearts, what's happening in our hearts, what do we believe. Now, John 10, we have the Good Shepherd story. We have the voice of strangers mentioned in verse 5. Yet they will not by no means follow a stranger. So this is a good rap session talk in the van when you travel down to Key West, if you want. Alligator Alley, okay, down in the south. The voice of strangers. You will not no means follow a stranger, but will flee from him, for they do not know the voice of strangers. There are voices today in the world, everywhere, always. Like a cluttered garage, there's a lot of stuff in life, and we collect things, and there is a lot of clutter. Well, that's like voices. There are a lot of voices. You hear the voice on a movie, in a movie. You see in a political ideology, in a message in the news, you get a voice from a friend or a family member. There are many voices, but we are able to filter through the clutter. We are able to live with the voice of the master of the house, the voice of grace, the voice of encouragement, the voice, you can do it. Do not fear, but believe me, trust me, follow the voice of the shepherd. The shepherd does not produce fear, but the stranger's voice does. The voice does not condemn you, make you guilty, push you down, strap you down in fear or depression or fault finding or accusation. But these voices of strangers are many, and they are even in our own hearts. But the voice of the shepherd leads us in and out, in and out. Get in the practice of reading this book prayerfully, thinking about it, getting a verse, finding a portion, and meditating on it and thinking about it, embracing it and living in it. Some of you may come to Bible college. I encourage it. 1 year, another year of maturing, growing, learning, having your friends, learning the Word, walking in faith, and being prepared in life. Because to be honest, sometimes we go out in life and we're not fully prepared, but to have a word. So we have the stranger's voice, but then regardless of the future year, your life in 5 years and 10 years, God is going to take care of you as you hear the voice of the shepherd. So in John 10, make a comparison, the voice of the shepherd and the voice of strangers. I want to repeat to say that this class, the senior class, I enjoyed it, watching your lives, your knowing God's grace toward you, God's faithfulness to you, and how God can use you. Think about that. That is true. God can use you. God can use you to speak. God can use you to pray. God can use you to love. God will use you. And maybe God will use you in a great way. Think in those terms. Have an imagination and a vision that's bigger than ourselves. The Lord is going to take care of each one of you, and trust in Him. And God bless you. Have a great trip, and to the whole world listening, other countries listening to this, you do the same. Make a short list of strangers' voices, the clutter in the garage or in the attic or the basement, the clutter. Those words do not mean much. Those are not important, but the voice of grace and the voice of the shepherd. Okay, amen.